हॅलो एव्हरीवन. दांकिता फाउंडेशन या यूट्यूब चॅनलमध्ये आपलं सर्वांचं स्वागत आहे. सो आता आपण जे काय आहे इंजिनिअरिंग फिजिक्सचा सिलेबस बघणार आहोत, सावित्रीबाई फुले पुणे युनिव्हर्सिटीचा. सो फर्स्ट इयरचा 2024 पॅटर्ननुसार. सो त्याच्यानुसार बघा CC 30 मार्क्स आहे, परत एंड सेम ते 70 मार्क्स अँड टर्म वर्क फॉर 25 मार्क्स. नाव कोर्स कंटेंट अगेन 5 युनिट्स आहेत. त्याच्यामध्ये फर्स्ट युनिट जे आहे फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ फोटॉनिक्स. सो इन फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ फोटॉनिक्स दॅट फर्स्ट इज 2 पार्टमध्ये डिवाइड केलेलं आहे. वन इज लेझर अँड अनदर वन इज ऑप्टिकल फायबर. सो लेझरमध्ये स्पॉन्टॅनियस अँड स्टिम्युलेटेड इमिशन, पॉप्युलेशन इन्व्हर्जन हे कन्सेप्ट्स काय आहेत ते बघायचं आहे. Pumping, active medium and active center, resonant cavity, characteristics of lasers, carbon dioxide, construction and working, engineering applications of laser, engineering applications in laser engineering applications in IT, medical industry, holography, recording, holography recording, reconstruction and applications. Then optical fibers, in that critical angle of optical fibers, acceptance angle, acceptance cones, numerical aperture काय आहे, total internal reflection and propagation of laser, classification of optical fibers, in that single mode and multi-mode, step index and graded index, attenuation मध्ये attenuation coefficient, causes of attenuation, advantages of optical fiber communication, then numerical problems on parameters of optical fiber, that means examples, some examples, numericals. Unit 2 is based on quantum physics and in that de Broglie hypothesis of matter waves, de Broglie wavelength for particle accelerated by kinetic energy E and charged particle accelerated by potential difference V, properties of matter waves, wave function and probability density, mathematical conditions for wave function, problems on de Broglie wavelength, need and significance of Schrodinger's equations, Schrodinger's time independent and time dependent equations, energy of a particle enclosed in a rigid box and related numerical problems, then quantum mechanical tunneling, alpha particle decay, principle and application of STM, scanning tunneling microscope, then principles of quantum computing, concept of qubit, superposition, entanglement, comparison of classical and quantum computing, potential applications of quantum computing. Then unit 3 is on wave optics. So what is wave optics? Interference in thin film of uniform thickness, conditions of maxima and minima for reflected system, conditions for maxima minima for wedge shape film, qualitative analysis, and then engineering applications of ARC, anti-reflection coating, determination of optical flatness, the numerical problems on thin film and wedge shape film, types of polarization, unpolarized, polarized, these are types PPL, CPL and EPL, Malus law and related numerical problems. त्याच्यातच आपल्याला बघायचं double refraction. So in double refraction, geometry of calcite crystal, Huygens theory, engineering applications of polarization, LCD communication and radar, 3D movies, recording, projection. Then unit 4, in that semiconductor physics and ultrasonics. So semiconductor physics, in that valence band, conduction band, band gap energy, classification of solids on basis of band theory, Fermi level and Fermi energy for metal, FD, distribution function and its temperature dependence, position of Fermi level in intrinsic semiconductors, derivation, Fermi level for extrinsic semiconductors, working of PN junction diode on the basis of Fermi energy, then solar cell, and then solar cell principal working IV characteristics, efficiency and field factor, measures to improve efficiency of solar cell, advantages and applications in environmental sustainability. हे सगळे टॉपिक्स जे आहेत ते नंतर बघणार आहोत आपण. Hall effect, derivation for Hall voltage and Hall coefficient, and related numerical problems. Then ultrasonics. In ultrasonics, characteristics and properties of ultrasonic waves, generation of ultrasonic waves by inverse piezoelectric effect using transistor, engineering applications in that thickness measurement, flaw detection, and related numerical problems. This is about fourth unit, and fifth unit is about physics of nanoparticles and superconductivity. So in that first nanoparticles, in nanoparticles we have to study quantum confinement and its effect on properties of nanoparticles. uh, then nanoparticles, optical, electrical, mechanical, magnetic, nanoparticle synthesis methods, ball milling, and physical vapor deposition. Then properties of nanoparticles, optical, electrical, mechanical, magnetic properties, application of nanotechnology, electronics, GMR effect and its applications in read write head of HDD, then automobiles, environmental and energy, medical field, targeted drug delivery. Now superconductivity, temperature dependence of resistivity, critical magnetic field, then critical current, Meissner effect and perfect diamagnetism. In that type 1 and type 2 superconductors, numerical problems on critical magnetic field, formation of Cooper pairs, DC and AC Josephson effect, Squid in that working principle and applications, engineering applications, electronics principle of Maglev train. हे झाले सगळे युनिट्स, 5 युनिट फॉर theory subject in same, and then some laboratory experiments. Some experiments are here given. In that 8 are the compulsory. कोणते पण 8 आपण घेऊ शकतो. So an experiment based on laser. First is experiment based on lasers to determine divergence of laser beam or to determine diameter of a thin wire or to perform beam profile analysis of a laser beam. Second is an experiment based on optical fiber. So to determine the numerical aperture or attenuation coefficient or critical angle of incidence for given glass slab or any experiment to calculate parameters of optical fiber. So हा एक experiment असेल. Then determination of Planck's constant using available experimental setup. Then Newton's rings and that to understand interference and determine radius of curvature of given plano convex lens to or determine wavelength of given monochromatic light. Then an experiment based on diffraction. So in that, a determination of number of lines per centimeter on grating surface using normal incidence method or determination of wavelength of laser using transmission grating or to determine wavelength of light using diffraction grating and spectrometer. Then experiment based on polarization. So polarization to verify cosine square law of Malus law for plane polarized light or to determine the specific rotation of a given sample with the help of polarimeter or to determine refractive indices of extraordinary and ordinary rays using double refractive prism. Then to determine the band gap energy of a semiconductor sample using PN junction diode. Then to plot IV characteristics and determine field factor and efficiency of a given solar cell. Then to determine Hall coefficient and charge carrier density of a given semiconductor sample. Then 10th is determination of velocity of ultrasonic waves and compressibility of given liquid by using ultrasonic interferometer. 11th is an experiment based on physical measurements developed using Arduino interference for Hall effect sensor or ultrasonic sensor. 12th, study tour or visit to a research laboratory facility and submit a report. So from note is apart from above list, any one experiment related to the curriculum available in the institute, developed in house, performing experiment of virtual lab, that means online platform, may also be considered to be performed out of 8 experiments. Now some learning resources given here. In that, textbooks are engineering physics, M.N. Avandalu, Audhanulu, P.G. Kshisagar and T.V.S. Arun Murthy, yes Chand publications. Then second is engineering physics, R.K. Gaur, S.L. Gupta, then Patrai publication. Then reference books are optics for by Ajay Ghatak, Tata M.C. Grohel. Then introduction to solid state physics, C. Kittal, Will and Sons, quantum mechanics, A.K. Ghatak, S. Lokanathan, Lakshmi publications. Then nanotechnology principles and practices, Dr. S.K. Kulkarni, Capital Publishing. Physics for scientists and engineers with modern physics, Survey and JVET, Singage publication. E-books में in e-books, Femin lecture series given here, and then concept of modern physics, Arthur Beezer given here. NPTEL YouTube links are given, lectures by Walter Levin, quantum mechanics lecture series by Professor H.C. Verma. You can watch these lectures by entering this YouTube channel link. So for today, this is enough. इंजिनिअरिंग फिजिक्स हा पूर्ण सिलेबस आहे इंजिनिअरिंग फिजिक्सचा. सो काही एनी क्वेरी असेल यू कॅन पुट इट इन कमेंट बॉक्स. थँक्यू अँड ऑल द बेस्ट.